Select with the right mouse button. Click and release on objects to select them in the 3D window. Let's take a look at selecting objects in the Blender 3D window. In Blender, the right mouse selects objects. A right click on the roof will select it. You can see that it is highlighted with a pink outline. If I right click on the dormer, then it is selected, and you can see it's highlighted with a pink outline. You can also see a pink dot appear. The pink dot is the object center, and that will become important as we continue in our instruction. So by right-clicking on different parts of the house, you can see that there are different objects, and by clicking on them, I am selecting them. Change the draw type of objects in the 3D window using the toolbar or the Z key shortcut. Just clicked on the stairs. You can see the little dot that is the object center of the stairs. It's difficult to see that it's selected, so let's look at a different draw type. We're going to choose a wireframe draw type instead of the solid, and now it's very clear that that object is selected. The Z key is the shortcut for switching between solid and wireframe draw type. Additively select by holding the Shift key while you click objects with the right mouse button. If I want to additively select, I can hold the Shift key as I right click. That will add to my selection. You may notice that the most recently selected object is a brighter color. This indicates in Blender that it is the active selected object, and that distinguishes it from the other selections, which will also become very useful as we go forward. Again, the dot is the object center, and if I hold Shift and I right click on an object again, it will become active selected, and if I right click on it a third time, it will become deselected. Let's look at that one more time. Let's say I hold the Shift and select this bush over here. Now the bush is active selected. Now I hold Shift and I click again on the stairs. Now the stairs is active selected, and now I click on it a third time and it is deselected. So you've got a little cycle there on your right clicks to go through when you have more than one thing selected. The A key toggles Select All, Deselect All. Now let's take a look at a key command that's very useful. It's the A key. If you press the A, it is a toggle to deselect or select all. So A for all. So A will select all, A will deselect all. If you have a few items selected and you hit A, it will deselect them. And again, it cycles through. So it's very common for Blender users to be hitting that A key a lot. And if you look at a Blender user's keyboard, the A key will usually have the letter worn off. The B key activates the border selection tool. Another selection method is the border select with the B key. If you press the B once, then you can use your left mouse to drag a border around objects and they become selected. This is an inclusive selection, so even if you only get part of an object's wireframes, you will get the entire object. And again, I'll press and release B and border select these items with the left mouse. You can see that it's also additive because I'm not holding a modifier. I'm simply using the B key to select objects. Okay, B and middle mouse to draw the box, you deselect. B and left mouse, you select. B and right mouse, you deselect. So left selects, middle deselects, and right deselects. So whatever works for you, you can use that B border to select and deselect objects. Let's review the border select tool. With the B key, press and release to activate the border select tool. The left mouse button selects. Click, hold, and drag a border around objects to select them. The tool releases when you release the mouse. The middle mouse button or right mouse button deselects. Click, hold, and drag a border around objects to deselect them. The tool releases when you release the middle mouse or right mouse button. Now there's a lasso selection tool. If you hold the control as a modifier and use the left mouse button, you can draw a lasso around objects and they will be selected. The lasso selection will select objects when you've lassoed the little dot. So if I come in here and I just lasso part of the corner of the stairs, it's not going to be selected. If I lasso the entire stairs, I've got the little dot in there and it's selected. I've got the object center dots on these other items too. So the lasso, you do need to get the object center within the lasso area.